my name's Shell. Welcome to my channel where I'm losing weight using the Slimming World plan. Happy February everyone. February already, that went fast didn't it, January? I've had a lovely week on plan. I've really enjoyed it. I'm back completely food optimising again and really happy with how things are going. It took me most of January to claw myself back onto plan. I think if you've watched any of my videos recently, you'll know that I've had a struggle. I kind of went off plan a bit towards the end of last year and then over New Year, and took me the most monumental effort to get back to having 3 meals a day and feeling comfortable with what I was eating again. There were times in January where I wondered if I was ever going to be able to get back to it, because I was trying every day and nothing I did seemed to be able to pull me out of the mire that I'd got into. I mean, you know you're going to have to sooner or later. You can't just keep putting on weight and eating until you get up to 1,000 pounds. So somewhere it's got to stop. It's just very hard getting that first few days under your belt. I always think that about Slimming World. Well, any plan really. It's those first few days. Once you can get past those and you can get that binge head away from you. Anyway, we won't talk about that anymore. I've had a lovely week on plan. I've been doing the online plan now. I switched from group to online and it's been really lovely. I seem to be getting an awful lot out of it, and it has given me, I think it's given me the boost and the enthusiasm to get going again. I've got a few things to show you. When I went shopping last week I saw these bowls and I thought these are real Slimming World bowls. There are two. I got the big one and the small one. The small one is, well, I suppose it's like a large breakfast bowl size, and the big one is, well, it's as big as your head. It's a big bowl, and it's the same. And I was attracted to these when I went to the Ocado online shopping. They were in there. They have a bargain bin when you go to the Ocado, and they've got everything that they're selling off in one section. So I went and I was just browsing to see what was in there, and I saw these bowls, and they were described as cabbage leaves. So they're stoneware, these bowls, for anybody that can't see them like me. They are stoneware bowls, but the sides are made up of cabbage leaves, so it looks like all the cabbage leaves spray out from the inside, and it's very, very tactile on the outside as well. You can feel all the cabbage leaves. And this little one, when I got them, my partner Andy said, well, what are you going to do with those? And I don't really know. Well, the big one I've been using as a fruit bowl, and the little one I've been using as a nighttime fruit bowl. But they're so Slimming World, and I love cabbage, absolutely love cabbage, so I had to have them. So I bought those this week. I don't think I'd have got them if they hadn't been on offer, because I think they were about £30 for the big one. And they had it on offer for £10 and the little one for £5, so I thought I would treat myself, and they're so pretty. The other thing I tried this week was I went to Iceland, and I don't normally get the Slimming World meals, but I saw this, I think it's a teriyaki noodle bowl. It's the vegan dish, and I thought I would try it. I bought 3 because if you bought 3 you got them cheaper, and they were really nice. I'd begrudge paying that much for what is effectively a bit of noodles and veg, but it's the convenience, isn't it, really? And I think you could do a lot with this, no matter whether you're a meat eater or not, because half the bowl is filled with these noodles and vegetables. It's got lovely big pieces of broccoli in there, big chewy pieces of broccoli, and I don't find them enough, but fortunately the rest of the room in the bowl you can fill up with, if you eat meat you could fill it up with chicken, or I don't know what, you could put tuna in it I suppose. I put chickpeas in mine, filled it up with chickpeas, but you put corn in it or anything you wanted really, just fill it up, because there's no protein in there, so you can just fill it up with whatever protein you want, and it was really tasty. I've got 2 more in the freezer, so I'm going to keep them for a day when I'm a bit pushed for time. I found them a bit awkward as well, these great big round tubs. They're a bit I haven't got a massive freezer, and they take up a lot of room when they're round like that. When you've got 3 in one drawer, I mean the drawer's like half full, so partly because of that I don't buy them, but it was really tasty. Another thing I've had this week is this. Just shaking it. I noticed Jane does this, I think because whenever we pick something up to show you that makes a noise, we make the noise, we rattle it. This is Dr. Koi's bouillon powder, vegetable bouillon powder, which I got from Amazon, and it is lovely. It's free on plan, and it smells, oh, when you open it up, the smell of all the herbs and spices is lovely. I bought it, oh, I nearly spilled it all over the floor then. I bought it because I was looking for something that was just something, a change from the stock cubes I normally use, and I was looking to see if there was something that was just vegetables and spices, and this hasn't got anything else in it. It's got no fat in it at all, it's got no E numbers, or there's nothing in it you won't recognise. The top ingredient is salt, and after that it's just herbs, spices and dried vegetables and seeds. You know, herb seeds like coriander seeds and whatnot, and it is lovely. It's absolutely gorgeous, so nice in soups and stews, and it just makes a change, because I think when you stick to the same vegetable stock cube, things start to taste the same, don't they? I know you add to them, but there's just something different. So that's Dr. Koi's bouillon powder, really nice. I think they do meat ones as well, because when I was looking to see on the app if it was free, there were also values for, I think, chicken bouillon and other ones, but this was the vegetable one. Really nice. So that's another new item. And getting back on plan, one of the other things I've done this week is I stopped having breakfast for a while, because one of the things I found has got me in trouble is being introducing cereal into the house. Last year I was eating oats until I found that they didn't agree with me anymore. Then I tried a few other bits and pieces that all had oats in, which didn't agree. So I started buying different cereals, and I found having those in the house too tempting for a start, and also I didn't find that they filled me up at breakfast time. I was having fruits and cereal, and I don't eat yoghurt, I hate yoghurt, so that wasn't an option. I just found it wasn't working, and then I tried having different beans and chickpeas and things for breakfast, and that kind of worked for a while, but it just didn't seem to fill me up. So whilst I was in trouble, I've stopped having breakfast, and I just wait until 10, 11, 12 o'clock to have my first meal of the day. And that has really helped me a lot, just that thing of not having breakfast. I'm not saying I won't go back to it, I might do, but I'm not going to keep cereals in the house anymore, because they're just too tempting. Especially seeing as I like the ones with the Wheaties with a little dab of blueberry sweet stuff in the middle. You know, and I like the ones with dried fruit as well, and bits of coconut. And I find those, even with the bits of dried bananas, they're just too tempting. So I stopped having breakfast, and I went back to having the big pita breads at dinner time, and stuffing it full of corn and salad, and that's really filling. I find that one of the most filling things. Those pita breads, the Warburton's pita breads, are really good. You can get so much in them, and they always open up nice and cleanly so that you can stuff them. I find with other pita breads, you kind of start getting your knife down the side and they start splitting and tearing across, and then you can't get your filling in, it's all coming out. But the Warburtons are always reliable. So I tend to have my main meal at dinner time, a main meal at tea time, and then a snack around about 10, 11 o'clock. It's very important to me, my nighttime snack. I always watch something with my other half, Andy. We always watch something in the evening, and I just like to have something special. I need to have a treat there. For a while I was having whiskey. I had to stop having that because that wasn't agreeing with me. But I need a special drink at night. I need to have something. I have the coffee all day. I love the beanies, coffee sticks. I have those all day, and I just need something different. So I thought, well, I'll try this. I bought this coffee. This is a decaf coffee. I can't remember which one I got now, but it's really nice. But it's different from the one that I have in the day, and just because I save this for my nighttime drink, it makes it special and different. And also I bought this water as well. Oh, hang on. Plastic banner. I love water. I really like sparkling water. But again, all day I would have sparkling water, just the plain cheap stuff that we get, spring water. So for a night time, I bought this. I heard about this on a podcast, and it's Italian water. I'm sure there are other parts of Europe where they do it, and it's naturally sparkling, so it hasn't had any carbonated stuff added to it. And this is in a nice glass bottle. It's a really pretty bottle with it's got nice raised up things you can feel. It's quite a posh bottle, so it makes it special. And I got these again from Ocado. You buy a box of, I can't remember if it's 10 or 12 or is it 15, I can't remember now, but a nice big box of them. And if I'm sitting there at night and I fancy having a drink, I'm not really tempted by just going down and getting a glass of water. It doesn't really appeal to me that much. So if I don't fancy having the coffee, then I've got this lovely water, and it is, I don't know, it tastes, you can taste the minerals in it because it's straight from the rock and it's naturally sparkling from the rock. It tastes different, and you can taste the minerals in it, and it's lovely. So that's something special that I have often of an evening. And the other thing that I've been having, which I did mention last week, were these that I heard about from Byron the vegan loser. These are Trip drinks. This is a mixed crate of cans. I've tried a couple so far. These are, well, some of them are one swip and some are 1.5 swips, and they're all different flavours. There's mint, I can't remember what the mint is. It mint and cucumber or something, and strawberry, and all different ones. And these are, they've got that CBD stuff in. So I've been having these just before bed, in the hour before bed, and it doesn't make me feel any different once I'm drinking it, and I'm not sure if it's supposed to, but every night I've had a lovely night's sleep after having them, so perhaps that's what they're supposed to do. They're sweet, but they're not too sweet, and they're just really tasty. And again, it's another treat to have. There's not very many swips. Sorry, I keep saying sins. Swips. What else have I got? Yeah, so that's those. Oh yeah, these. This is what I've been having this week as my nighttime treat. These are Tesco's chocolate digestives, dark chocolate digestives. I absolutely love these. They're 4.5 swips each, so they're really nice. Once I'm sitting down, I've got my coffee there. Get me coffee, get me nice chocolate digestive, and it's such a treat. Really nice and well worth 4.5 swips for me. They're quite big, as you know. Digestives are a nice chunky biscuit, and they're so tasty. And for 4.5 swips, it's just a lovely treat to have in the evening. And the last thing I have to show you are these. When I went to Iceland, I've seen these reviewed on a few of the vegan sort of podcasts, the vegan channels that I watch. I've seen these reviews and I thought I'll try them. I don't even know which way these go now, so I'll twist them around a bit. These are Cathedral City mac and cheese bites, plant-based mac and cheese bites. Oh, they are absolute heaven, these are. They're right up my street though. I'd rather have these than nuggets and things. They are 4 swips each, and they're only about the size of your largest Brussels sprout. But they're lovely. They're all breadcrumbs on the outside, and inside they are, mac and cheese. And they're lovely. We had them last night. I've been filling up the slow cooker this week, so it was full, the slow cooker, with carrots, potatoes, kale, onions, celery, close your ears Lisa, celery, peppers, butter beans and potatoes. Did I say potatoes? Anyway, it was a really chunky stew, but all free. And then I had a small piece of my own homemade bread as a healthy extra, and just one of those on the side, and it was really nice. They're very tasty, luxurious, creamy. I mean, they're only a couple of mouthfuls, but if you don't mind spending 4.5 swips, 4 swips those were, 4 swips, if you don't mind spending those, then they're a real treat, very tasty. I'm a huge macaroni cheese fan. I'm always trying to recreate a good one. I used to buy one years ago. It was a Dyer one, you know, these ones in a box where you get the macaroni and a packet of sauce. It was absolute junk, but I loved it, and I'm always trying to recreate that flavour, but I don't think without the fat and all that cheesy stuff, I don't think you really get that flavour even with the nutritional yeast and whatnot. But I do love mac and cheese. So that's everything that I had to show you this week. I weighed in yesterday morning, and this week I've lost ½ pound, so I'm made up with that, back on track and back losing. I'm very happy to just lose ½ pound to £1 a week, and I was over the moon with that. I would like to go to a Boots and get weighed on the machines, but there's no point in me doing that because I'm very rarely able to go to a Boots on the same day and time each week, so it just wouldn't work out. I've been weighing in first thing in the morning, and I did actually record my weight this morning because I wanted to make sure I remembered it to write down upstairs. So perhaps I can show the recording each week. I can't video it unfortunately, but I'll see if I can include the audio perhaps of the weigh-in. The online has been great this week. I'm so pleased that I switched because I've been to some lovely meetings. We had a great meeting the other day about Chinese food, and the 2 consultants there were talking about the recipes that were available online, their favourite ones. Everyone was chipping in with their favourite recipes. She talked about the ones that you can buy in the tubs that I just showed you from Iceland, and the bloke who was with her, he was saying that he likes the salt and pepper chip recipe on the app, which I haven't tried yet, but I love salt and pepper chips. I also love those dirty fries, cheesy fries. A couple of years ago, Jane and I used to get these ones from Asda called the dirty fries that you just used to buy and put in the oven. Oh, and they were so nice. But unfortunately they stopped doing them, so I would like to find a recipe to make dirty fries. But I quite fancy the salt and pepper fries on the app, and everyone agreed how nice they were. But it was lovely just to get different ideas, and they did mention that the oyster sauce is no longer free on Summer World. It doesn't bother me because I don't use oyster sauce, but I thought I'd just pass it on in case anybody else does. Apparently it's not free anymore. But that was a lovely meeting, and I did go to a general meeting a couple of days ago that was really nice and encouraging. And this week, the 2 I think to look out for coming up this week are on Sunday evening at 8 o'clock. There's a meeting. I think they're going to start a food optimising challenge that's going to go on for a few weeks. Now, I'd be really up for that. I never join in when they do the speed food, the speedy days. I don't like those. But a food optimising challenge would be great, wouldn't it? So I'm hoping that that's what it's going to be. It looks like it. But that's at 8 o'clock on Sunday night if anybody fancies going. And it may just set us up for February to do a food optimising challenge. Because last year I used to count my food optimising, and I used to do 19 meals out of the 21 were food optimised. And I kind of got away from that now. But now I'm only doing 2 meals a day and then a snack at night. So I might see how many of the meals I can do completely food optimised. And the other thing, which I am so looking forward to, on Sunday night, 7 o'clock, there is a meeting which is the interview with the Man of the Year, Slimming World's Man of the Year last year, who is a man called James Garner, and he lost 12 stones with Slimming World, and I think he works for Screwfix. He's a manager, and he also has got his own. Well, he said it's a comedian company. It didn't sound like he is actually a comedian, because they said that he went up to the Fringe last year to recruit artists for his company. So he sounds like he's more of a company that hires comedians out. But anyway, he's got 3 children and he lost 12 stone, and he's going to come on Sunday night, 7 o'clock, to do an interview for us all and a chat so we can ask him questions. And I think it's going to be really interesting, because that shows some dedication to lose that amount of weight. And these things online, I'm finding them really inspiring. I did say I wasn't quite getting as much out of my group as I used to, but I'm finding with these I really am getting a lot out of it, and I'm really looking forward to going. So Sunday night, 7 o'clock, if you're doing the online, put it in your diary. It's going to be good, I think. And there are lots of other things on next week. There's a few I didn't go to. They often do ones just on particular ingredients. Like last week there was one on quark, which which I don't eat, so I didn't go to that one. They did do one last week on slow cookers, which was fantastic, and it encouraged me to get my slow cooker out, which is why I've been using it quite a bit this week. So I'm loving it. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and it's so good to be back on plan, and so good to be feeling fit and healthy again, losing weight. Oh, it's just been a part of the whole Slimming World family again. So let me know how you've got on. I always look forward to seeing in the comments how you're doing. I think a lot of people have had a good week this week. At the Losers Club, I know a lot of people were talking about different non-scale victories that they'd had, which is always nice to hear, because losing weight every week is not possible. And sometimes we have to just rely on the non-scale victories, especially if we've hit a bit of a plateau. I do like hearing about those. I think that's everything I've got to talk about this week. I hope you're not too cold. I know in America it's been very cold. We think it's cold over here, but over there it's been terrible. It's absolutely pouring down here today. Freezing cold, lashing rain, bitter winds. Come on, let's have the spring. I know Jane and Joe, when they've been going out for their walks, they said that they've seen some little daffodils poking through. So come on, daffodils, let's be having you. I'll see you next week. Take care, everybody, and I hope that you will see less of me. Bye then.